What's up, you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda Marie. If you're already a part of the family, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. Thank you guys for coming over and watching another fragrance video with me. So you guys know how I feel about Kilian. That's bae. He's like a rock star when it comes to fragrances for me. And I know that he is not the nose behind his fragrances. He has perfumers that help to create his vision, basically. And so I just want to make that clear, just in case you guys think, oh, she knows Kilian doesn't do his fragrance. I know, baby, I know. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys about my Kilian collection. I will link my first video up at the top so you guys can go and check that out. Since that video, I've added a bunch of Kilian fragrances to my collections. I do want to go over some of my Kilian fragrances in case you're in the market to buy some Kilian and you don't know where to start, and so forth and so on. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Let me just give you the breakdown of his fragrance collections. Okay, so he has the fresh, he has the narcotics, he has the cellars, and he has the smokes and the liqueurs. Okay, now I was looking for this fragrance on the website, and maybe I'm overlooking it, but I didn't see it. This is I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess. Now this, I think, was one of the first Kilian fragrances that they put in Sephora. So I think with this one, he wanted to create something that was a little bit more affordable. Now there were several fragrances that came out that look like this bottle, and they all have different names. If I see any of the other ones, I probably will collect those as well if I can get them at a good discount. Now, as you grow into your, let me say this as a side note, okay? As you grow into your collection, if you even decide that you want to start collecting fragrances, okay, because that's not for everybody, but as you grow and you learn and smell different things and you know what you like, what you don't like, and stuff like that, you're probably going to run into a perfumer that you love more than anybody else, and that's okay. Okay, so it's bound to happen. A time or two, you'll look at your collection and you'll go, wow, I have a lot of this whatever perfumer's fragrances. And that's kind of like how I am with Kilian. Now I have broken my collection down. At this moment, I have 14 fragrances from the house of Kilian. Start with the fresh. Okay, so he has a collection called the fresh. I only have one fragrance from that particular section, and that is Moonlight in Heaven. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance to me, guys. When I smell this fragrance, it gives me tropical vacation vibes. I get a lot of coconut in this fragrance. There is a freshness to this fragrance, something bright yet creamy, and it's just simply gorgeous for me. I would consider this fragrance to be more of a gourmand type scent. Again, very bright, light, fresh, airy, you know, type of scent. So if you're the type of person, maybe you're looking for something to wear on vacation, I think this would be a good one to take with you, and I love it. Now, let's talk about something very serious, okay? So, as a lover of Kilian, like I said, he's like a rock star to me in the perfume game. And I am a big fan. And as a big fan of Kilian, I can honestly say these things. Though it may hurt me to my heart a little bit to say, I'm gonna say it. Some of his fragrances can lack a little bit in projection and longevity. Maybe it's one or the other, okay? A lot of times it goes back and forth. Sometimes it may lack in projection, sometimes it may lack in longevity. It's never usually the both, okay? It's one or the other. So with this fragrance, I would say it doesn't project a lot. But you know, I'm a heavy sprayer, so, but the longevity is definitely there with this fragrance. But again, it's a very light, airy type of scent, okay? This is Moonlight in Heaven by Kilian. I only have one from the Fresh collection, okay? Obviously, I am a lover of his narcotic collection because I have 6 fragrances from the narcotic collection, okay? So we'll start with Bae, the one that started it all for me, who got me even hooked on Kilian, and that is Good Girl Gone Bad. Now this is the extreme version, okay? I do have, like I said, the travel size of the original formulation, which I love. There's no big difference between the two. I feel like the Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme is a little bit more lactonic. It has a little bit more of a milky type of feel to the fragrance. That would be really the only thing. I will add this too. I feel like the Extreme is a little bit brighter. It's a little bit more exact, a little bit sharper, but not in a bad way, in a very good way. This fragrance has tuberose in it, but to my nose, it's undetectable, and that makes me fall even more in love with the fragrance because I'm not a big fan of tuberose. I don't think I ever will be. I think the next fragrance in the narcotic collection is Love. This is the extreme version though. I don't have the original version, but I do plan on adding it to my collection. Call me crazy, but here's why. Kilian is known for making certain fragrances as limited edition. So when I went and purchased the Love Extreme, the sales associate was like, I think it's a limited edition. It could be part of the regular lineup, like it could be now a forever fragrance. I'm not sure, but at that time it was limited edition. So instead of me buying the original formulation, I went with the Extreme because he said that I could get the original anytime. So I went with the Extreme. It's a gourmand to me, okay? It has notes of marshmallow, it has orange blossom, vanilla. This is just a gorgeous scent, and I just think of it as a gourmand. Now, I don't have the original, but I feel like I know I smelled the original. I feel like the Extreme is a little bit more sweeter, a little bit more like a syrupy sweetness, you know? So that would probably be the only difference between the two, is the sweetness. As the title says, I am ranking them, okay? So as I talk to you, these are the order in which I have ranked them. So the first one I mentioned, the Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme, is my most favorite. Then after that would be Love. And then number 3 would be Liaisons Dangereuses. Now I'm ranking them per collection, okay? So each collection, the ranking, you'll get the ranking. So I'm not, as a whole, I'm not necessarily ranking them all together. I hope I'm making sense. I'm going by section, ranking those per section. Okay, let's not make this complicated, girl. Anyway, I recently added this to my collection, probably, oh, it hasn't even been a month yet. I bought this actually on New Year's Eve. So I've had this one, and it was between this one and A Kiss from a Rose. Key notes in this fragrance is plum, rose, and vanilla. So this fragrance does open up very fruity to me. I feel like there's more fruits in the top in this fragrance. The other notes in this fragrance is rose, tuberose, orange blossom, gardenia. Now, this is the thing. I've noticed that Kilian loves to incorporate tuberose in his fragrances and orange blossom and neroli. Crazy thing is, neroli and orange blossom comes from the same plant, but oftentimes they smell different, okay? So again, this is another fragrance that has tuberose in it that I can't smell. And I love this fragrance. It does remind me of Good Girl Gone Bad in the dry down. Maybe because of the tuberose. I'm not sure how that happened, but it does remind me of that. The one that I've not talked about in any of my videos, this one is Woman in Gold. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is Woman in Gold by Kilian. And this one though, I need to talk about this one more. I honestly do. I need to wear it more. I feel like I don't grab for it that much. And it's not because I don't like it, even though I did rank it number 4. But I got set 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6. It's ranked number 4. Get a very beautiful, sexy, mysterious smell out of this fragrance. It is very intoxicating to me and very, very sexy. That's why I say, you know, I don't talk about it enough since I had it, but it is a beautiful fragrance. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, she doesn't talk about it, means she don't like it. Not necessarily true. Very, very feminine, in my opinion. That's good for all year round. I think you can wear it to work. You can wear it on a date night. It's just very versatile and well-rounded. You see what I'm saying? And it's a really, really good fragrance. This one is coming in at number 5. Rolling in, let me put the top on. Rolling in Love by Kilian. Now you guys, I think I did a dedicated video on this fragrance. I'm not sure. But this fragrance makes me very perplexed. I've mentioned this fragrance before in numerous videos, and I always say that it reminds me of foreplay. And what I get from this fragrance is tuberose, okay, and then I get almond, iris, tuberose, and musk. Here's why I say this fragrance smells like foreplay. Foreplay is not the actual act of doing anything. It's just you kissing and touching and doing all that, you know, getting you hot, okay? And so as you're kissing, sometimes you can smell his skin, you know, and he can probably smell your lipstick. And iris has a very lipsticky, cosmetic type of smell to me. Okay, and the tuberose, I feel like with the almond, I feel like it gives off skin, okay, a skin scent. I was reading the little fragrance story, and it says that Rolling in Love is capturing the sensation of feeling so high on love that it seems to be almost under the skin. I told you guys, man, I told you. I had never read that before in my life. Swear to God, I promise you. Never. I just smelled the fragrances. Usually I only research fragrances like right when I'm sitting down talking to y'all and I'm going through my iPad and I'm, you know, reading it. Because listen, I told y'all I'm old. I can't retain information like that. But anyway, I knew it. I knew it. I get it. I get the skin scent. He embodied that skin scent, yo. Like when I smell this, instantly when I first smelled this for the first time, and I said, this smells like skin, but a nice skin, you know, like a natural skin, how a person naturally smells. And I smell lipstick, okay? So it took me some time, honestly, to really fall in love with this fragrance because of that, because it has a very intimate smell, you know, and it's not for everybody, in my opinion. And crazy thing is, it smells different on everybody, in my opinion, you know. So it took me some time to really get into this beauty, but now that we're here, I love it. I think it is a great scent. If you want something like close to your skin, you want a skin scent, I think this will be perfect for that type of moment. So this is Rolling in Love by Kilian. So let's get into, oh, my last one from the Narcotic line, and this is Do It for Love. Do It for Love by Kilian for Linda. You have to be a lover of neroli. Neroli, in my opinion, gives off a very fresh, a aromatic, citrusy type of smell. Okay, this is very, very heavy on the neroli and vetiver. You have to like vetiver. Vetiver is very earthy and dry, stuff like that. So I would not say this is a blind buy unless you are someone who loves those two notes. Real quick, back in the day they used to come in these beautiful coffrets, and he doesn't do them anymore. You can get the coffret, but they are limited to certain fragrances. Okay, so you can't get the coffret separate for all the fragrances. Like I said, you can get them for certain fragrances. Now this one came in a beautiful coffret box, gorgeous, and I love it. So I'm just now jumping on the Kilian train, so I missed the whole coffret moment. Okay, and that was the bummer for me when I started collecting Kilian fragrances. It was not so much the cost, because I knew what I was getting into with the cost. It was that I was not getting the coffrets that a lot of you who have Kilian fragrances have. So that was a little bit sad for me, but nonetheless, it wasn't gonna stop me from buying Kilian, okay? But this one came with a beautiful coffret. The key notes in this fragrance: vetiver, neroli, and jasmine, okay? This fragrance is very earthy. It's citrusy. It has a very earthy smell, and I mean like fresh dirt, not stinky dirt, but fresh dirt, okay? Like you've been in the garden. I also want to make mention this fragrance does smell very citrusy in the top. I think it has bergamot in the top, but y'all, you get in the dry down, for me, I get neroli and vetiver all day. This fragrance is very long lasting. This fragrance is loud and it projects like a beast, okay? But in the dry down, which is what you usually smell for hours on end in a fragrance, is that dry down, you gonna get neroli and vetiver. So hopefully you like neroli and vetiver. I personally love neroli and vetiver in fragrances, and I love citrusy notes and fragrances as well. So this one was a good one for me. I think I would probably go for this one more in spring and summer, because in my opinion it just will bring out the notes a little bit more. I don't think this one would cut through the cold weather like that and give you what you need if you're trying to wear it right now and it's cold. So I wouldn't recommend that. But this one is coming in at number 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, coming in at number 6. And I like it, but it's like my least favorite of the narcotic line. Only have two fragrances from the Cellar collection, and that is Black Phantom, and this is my number 1 since I only have 2, and Intoxicated. So I really can't, I guess I could rank them. Let's see. Okay, Black Phantom, yeah, I'm gonna say Black Phantom is my number 1. And I've been running from this fragrance for a very, very long time, and then I saw it in Sephora for one of their events, and I purchased it because I want to say I got like 20% off or something like that, and I said, okay, perfect, it's the right time to buy this fragrance. And I love it. I don't know why I was running from this fragrance like that. This is a beautiful gourmand in my opinion. The notes that stick out the most to me in this fragrance is the rum and the coffee. There's also a creamy sandalwood note in this fragrance that I love. It just works in the fragrance. I feel like this fragrance is definitely, when people talk about fragrances having a beginning and an end, this one definitely does, because it opens up, and I'm just gonna spray a little bit. It opens up with this beautiful rum and coffee note. As it dries down, y'all, I get this cacao note. That's why I say this fragrance is very gourmandish for me, because that cacao or chocolate note starts to come up in the dry down, and baby, it is on. Ooh, this is on. Black Phantom is the type of fragrance, in my opinion, because it has a very smooth and sweet, creamy dry down. You can wear it all year round, honestly. Now, it's gonna perform like a beast in the wintertime, don't get me wrong, but if you want something very sweet and sexy and just very kind of like a come hither type of vibe for a date night in the spring and summer, I would highly go for this one. Okay, Black Phantom. It's amazing. Oh, it is so addicting. It is so addicting. It's so addicting. So Intoxicated is my number 2 from the Sellers line, okay? Now this one is mocha, coffee, and cardamom. When I smell this fragrance, it reminds me of my coffee after I've drank the coffee, the remnants, the smell of the coffee cup, because it's not a strong, loud coffee. You pick up on the coffee note, but what I get most out of this fragrance is coumarin, cacao, and vanilla. Like coumarin could be kind of tricky too, because it could come off like too spicy or something like that sometimes. Inspiration behind this fragrance is a cup of smooth, dark Turkish coffee. Even though the Black Phantom has coffee in it as well, I get more cacao or chocolate. In this one, in Intoxicated, I get more coffee. That's for sure. I get coffee, cardamom, and vanilla. And like I said, sometimes cardamom can come off a little spicy in fragrances for me, but in this one it's not. It's very, very smooth, and it just reminds me of a beautiful dark chocolate coffee. Sweet dark chocolate coffee. Both are winners, but if I had to rank them, I'm gonna go with Black Phantom number 1, Intoxicated number 2. I have one fragrance from the Smokes collection, okay? And that is, let me see, do I only have one? Yeah. That is Back to Black. Now, it comes off very powdery to me, okay? And I thought I smelled cherries in this fragrance, but there is no cherry in this fragrance. So maybe it's the honey that I'm smelling. I don't know, but to my nose, I get a very unique powdery cherry scent. But don't quote me on the cherries, because there's no cherries in this fragrance. But I guess I'm blaming it on the honey. I'm blaming it on the honey. The honey is maybe giving me that cherry smell. So unique. It's so unique, and a lot of people don't talk about it. This is a type of fragrance. This is what I would say is niche, okay? This is a very niche fragrance, a very unique fragrance. Fragrance is not going to be for everybody. It's just going to be for a specific individual who likes to smell different. And that's me. And that's why I got it, because it is giving me different, honey. It's giving me something. This fragrance, I have nothing in my collection like it at all. Nothing that even comes close to this, okay? So if you're the type of person that likes a nice powdery dry down, you're gonna love this. But it is not a safe blind buy. Don't you blind buy this fragrance now. Don't say Amanda said you like powdery fragrances, you won't buy it. No. I said smell it first and then decide if you want it, okay? Because it is very, very unique. It is very, very unique. So I can't rank this one from the Smoke collection because it's the only one that I have. So, but I do enjoy it. Now, let me say this before I move on. It leans more masculine, in my opinion. The powderiness of the fragrance is very unisex. A man or a woman can wear it. But that honey and incense thing that's going on in here, I think it would probably lean more masculine. But for me, y'all know I love masculine scents anyway, so it's perfect for me. But I do enjoy this fragrance a lot, honey. When I want to smell different, I grab this. Back to Black. Back to Black. We all know everybody's favorite liqueur is Angel's Share. This is everybody's favorite. Well, not everybody, because I know somebody watching this video doesn't like it. But for the majority of us, we love it. I love this fragrance. Kilian Hennessy is from that whole Hennessy family. Y'all know the drink Hennessy, y'all be pulling it up, that Hennessy. And so when I wear these fragrances, I'm very much reminded of his legacy, his family, and what they do, you know. And I love that about the liqueurs because it speaks to his beginnings, you know. It speaks to Hennessy and what they're known for and all that good stuff. So I thoroughly enjoy these fragrances. I love that they look like they are in a cute little cocktail glass or whatever. I think that's just amazing packaging. It makes me want to add more. And more than likely, I will be collecting all of the liqueurs. I don't have Roses on Ice. I don't have that one because I'm not a big rose girl, okay? I'm not a big rose girl. But who's to say? I might end up adding it to my collection at some point. I don't know. I smell this in the opening. It reminds me of a dried fruit in the opening, but it's not listed. So, and I'm reading straight off the Kilian website. I'm not on Fragrantica this time. You know, Fragrantica will list other notes that's not on the actual website. But in my opinion, I get a very dried fruit smell. I do get the cognac, I get the cinnamon, I get the hazelnut. This is a beautiful gourmand scent, and it is very reminiscent of a cocktail. This is a mixed drink, okay? This is a mixed drink of a cocktail. You definitely get the cognac, the Hennessy, and it's mixed in with other things. You might get a little cherry, you might get a splash of this, a splash of that, whatever. It reminds me of a cocktail. I rank this #1 from the liqueur line. My #2 from the liqueur line is Le Vert. I may not be saying this right, but you guys have heard me talk about this fragrance as well. This is a spot on absinthe drink. This fragrance reminds me of absinthe, and that's what it's based on. If you guys have had one before, I've had one years ago, and there's a whole like little production behind making this drink, which I think is quite cool, but it's not something that I would order every time I go out, child. Now it has licorice in it. It also has a sugar note in this fragrance as well, which makes this fragrance sweet in my opinion. But ultimately, this is a earthy, woody, patchouli based scent. It's very heavy. So if you're not into patchouli and licorice and stuff like that, you're not gonna dig this. I would say this one is very, very niche to me. Even though Kilian is niche, I think some of the fragrances can come off a little bit midstream. Is that the word I want to use? Midstream? Made for the masses or whatever. Not necessarily gives me the niche feel, okay? But some of them do give me a niche feel, and I would say this would be one of them. Extremely niche. Again, it smells like licorice, a sweet licorice, and I don't like licorice. But I like this fragrance. But I like this one better than Apple Brandy on the Rocks. And let's talk about Apple Brandy on the Rocks. Here it is here. Now this one is a little bit lighter. Apple Brandy on the Rocks is very light. It's very airy, okay? I get a lot of cardamom in this fragrance, and cardamom can be a little spicy. When I first smelled it, it was a little bit disappointing. I'm not even gonna lie. As a fan, I was kind of wanting something more. I was wanting fireworks and shit. But I was a little disappointed in this one. This one for me would be more of a spring, summer type of vibe. I'm definitely gonna wear it more when it starts to warm up. And I probably will mix it with another 13 because that's an ambroxan based fragrance to see if it'll give me the fireworks and the razzle dazzle that I wanted, because it was so hyped up, y'all. Y'all know, if you're in fragrances, you know it was hyped up. So my expectations of the fragrance was really high, and so when I smelled it, I was a tad disappointed. I'm not even gonna lie, just a smidge. But it's a beautiful fragrance. Again, it embodies basically a drink on the rocks. Okay, so you're gonna get light, airy, fresh, a little bit spicy, a little fruity, like that, you know. So that's what you're gonna get out of this fragrance. But I think out of all the liqueurs, this is probably my least favorite. Okay, and I hate to sound so harsh. No, the Roses on Ice is my least favorite. This is like my number 3. Okay, so yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, comment down below if you have any questions about Kilian fragrances. Now, I'm not an expert, I'm just a fan and a lover, okay? But I will help answer your question the best way that I can. So comment down below, tell me what your favorite Kilian fragrance is. I would love to know. Let's talk in the comments, okay? If you're someone who's into fragrances, you love to smell good, maybe you're about to add a fragrance to your collection and you want some help on what to add, I'm your person, okay? I'm your girl. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. I try to upload at least 3 videos a week, so hit the notification bell so you don't miss out, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.